Catherine, could you tell our viewers about the Community Read program? I believe the library has that each year.
Actually, that's something that we have every 2 years.
Every 2 years.
We do a summer read program every year, but the One Book, One Lake program, which started in 2009, we decided after that one that we would do that every 2 years. And in that particular program, we work with all the lake towns, Danbury, New Fairfield, New Milford, Sherman, and we choose a book and we do programs surrounding that book. In 2009 we did Bill Bryson's A Walk in the Woods, and there were all kinds of programs surrounding that particular book. And then this year we decided, since it was the 150th anniversary of the beginning of the Civil War, we decided to do a Civil War book, and we settled on The Killer Angels, which is a Pulitzer Prize winning book by Michael Shara. And we're adding our programs to programs throughout the state and throughout the United States about the Civil War this year.
When you say programs, is this at all, I believe actually this evening at the Historical Society there, so are you part of that, or
we work with both the Historical Society, and in Brookfield we're also working with the Senior Center, bringing programs. The program tonight they had already scheduled, and we integrated it into One Book, One Lake, so it is in our brochure as part of the Civil War programs that are happening at this time. And they're actually sponsoring another program that we're doing at the library in July too.
What other kind of programs does Brookfield's library offer?
We offer everything. This past month and into this month we'll have had at least 3 authors come. We had a 4th scheduled, but the storm finished us off. So we've had fly fishing, we've had author programs, we had a craft supply swap. We do job search programs. We had 2 of those within the last 4 weeks. And we do book discussions. I have a mystery group that meets every month diligently with a core group of about 15 people. And we also show films. First, premiering films that have just been released,
right,
and sometimes classic films.
We did an Oscar contender series, and Catherine has done gardening series, and we did cooking, and we did cupcake decorating. That was extremely messy, but lots of fun.
Right, right, yes.
These programs, I imagine, are all down in the lower level
room.
community
Yes.
room.
Yeah. I would encourage anybody, as far as One Book, One Lake, we have multiple copies of the book at our library and all the other Lake Town libraries. We have the brochures with all the events that are coming up, and we encourage everybody in all the towns to, cross boundaries and check out the other libraries and see what the other programs are that they're holding too.
Yeah.
That's one of the strong points of a lot of libraries, is that they're open, their programs and services are open to everybody. You as a Brookfield resident can go to a program in New Milford or Newtown, and we welcome people from other towns to our programs, whether it's a concert or a book discussion.
Yeah. Well, actually, I know someone from Newtown that's using the library, I think, for the job search thing. And I think she said, it's my son's girlfriend, I think she said that Newtown charges, and at Brookfield it's free.
We have to reconsider that.
Yeah. We do have 2 programs that are coming up at the library, and that's Howard Wright, who is a member of the National Association of Lincoln Presenters. So he'll come in full dress, and he gives some of his speeches and reads from some of his letters. And then we also have a local resident, Paula Hopewell, who's been studying Lincoln for years. She's part of the Lincoln Forum, which meets at Gettysburg every year, and she's doing a talk called Abraham Lincoln, President of the People, Perspectives from the Mason-Dixon Line, because she's a Kentucky native and that's dear to her heart. And the only other thing I would like to say about that is we also have, Michael Shara is deceased, but his son wrote 2 books in the Killer Angels trilogy, and he's coming to Danbury, to the Ives Center, as at the end of our program. So we're very excited to have him come.
Do you know when that'll be?
Yes, that will be on Monday, July 25th. It's at 7:30 in the evening. So that's at Ives Concert Hall at WestCon.
And are reservations required?
No, it's a fairly big hall, and
Okay.
so no, you just have to come. There will be some books available for purchase and signing if people wish.
Good.
And if people want to sign up for our email newsletter, they'll get notification of all these programs. There's a link on our website, which I understand will be up on the graphics on this program. On the left-hand side of our homepage, scroll down to Get Email Updates, stick your email address in there, and then there's a bunch of check boxes. You want information on programs for adults, we have a link for book discussions. Book discussions and concerts, and we send out information about all the programs that we have coming up.
Terrific. Are there some other things that you'd like to tell the audience regarding the library? If there was, one particular or 2 particular things that you'd want the viewers to take away from the show tonight?
Actually, going back to your first question about funding,
Right.
as I said, I'm not a math person, so I went to the trouble to do this number, so let's put it out there. For the upcoming fiscal year, our appropriation from the town is $560,747. This is a number that will be engraved on my brain for the next year as I work with our budget. And if we're going to put that in perspective, if you pay, that's 1.01% of the town budget, which is almost $56 million. If you pay $8,000 a year in property taxes, $8.08 of that goes to the library. So we think it's the best deal in town.
I think you make a good point.
And I think we
point.
offer something for everyone
Pretty
also.
much, yeah. I mean, we are starting to get into a lot of the electronic stuff that Jennifer will talk about.
Right. We're going to be doing a second show because there is so much to talk about with the library, so that'll be coming up in the week following the airing of this show. Finally, just last question, and we talked about a little bit earlier about, I've heard for years that I've been here, I've heard talk about a new library. Do you have anything further to report on that?
It will happen.
Okay.
I can't give you a date, I can't give you a location. It will happen. The Brookfield Library received a $1 million construction grant from the State Library. It isn't actually awarded until you have your local funding in place, which in this economy could be a year or 2 yet. But we're working towards it. We do have a foundation that exists at this point to raise money. The foundation has created a cookbook called Brookfield Cooks. It's 300 recipes from your friends, neighbors, co-workers. It sells at the library for $20. And we have sold enough so that we're into profit.
Good.
The foundation, as the economy turns around, will become a little more active and we'll start raising money. As to what the library will look like, things in the library field are changing so rapidly that I don't know. The space for the actual collection probably won't be any bigger. I don't know if it'll be any smaller because people are still reading print books. I know the younger generation may not, but they do. There'll be more room for meeting rooms and places for people like the self-employed to get together. If you work out of your house, you need to be with other people. People need people, at the risk of sounding pretty trite about it. It might include a computer lab. It might include little rooms for tutors to meet with students or business people to meet. It definitely will have a coffee bar. We may even be looking at putting in a coffee machine in our library. The last time I took it to the library board, I got voted down, but the carpet was brand new at that point. And as we get closer to it, The Committee for a New Library will be doing a town-wide survey to find out just what people want. But at this point, I can't tell you where it would be, and I also can't tell you what the current building will become. It is a town building. The town owns it, and I'm sure it will be put to good use.
And I'm sure it would be. I think it's very important that we get this done. Thank you very much for appearing. I really appreciate it. We're going to wrap up now. Again, I'd like to thank our guests, Anita Barney and Catherine Van Leeuwen from the Brookfield Public Library, for appearing. I also want to remind our viewers that our air dates on Charter Channel 21 are Mondays at 4:30 p.m. and Thursdays at 7 p.m. We also, for those people that want to see the show again or might have missed the show or don't get this channel, so if you're not seeing it live or even taped, we do post segments from our shows up on YouTube, and you can find them at www.youtube.com/BrookfieldPublicAdvo. And you can contact us at our email address, which is brookfieldpublicadvocate@yahoo.com. We'd love to hear from you. If you have ideas for topics, guests, or different shows, future shows, please let us know. Again, thanks for watching, and good night. Can you believe that went that quickly?
Mm-hmm.
or